So we're going to do a reformer style class on the mat. So obviously we don't have any equipment. We're going to be taking exercises that are normally performed on that apparatus and we're going to bring them to the mat. So no props are needed, just you in your cool domo tank top. And that's the beauty of mat Pilates, is that all of these exercises, or Pilates in general, I should say, all of these exercises are interchangeable and interdisciplinary within the realm and the scope of practice. So it's really exciting. I hope you enjoy. If you've never taken a reformer class, this is a really cool opportunity to get a taste of what some of those exercises might be. I will argue that they're a lot harder on the mat. So if you do this class a lot and then you go take a classic reformer class, you're going to slay because it's a lot harder with your own body weight. You have a lot of springs and straps to support you on the reformer. The reformer is not easy at all, but I would say that it's extra spicy reformer on the mat. So with that, let's get started. So we're going to lie down, hug your knees into your chest, and let's just set up our neutral position. Start to heavy your tailbone towards the floor. Feel that triangle piece of your sacral plate heavy towards the mat. Draw your abdominals in towards your center line and draw in towards your spine and up to the crown of your head. It should kind of feel like a volcano feeling. You draw everything towards the midline and then lengthen through the crown of your head. Shoulders are away from your ears, nice wide collarbones, wide shoulder blades. Let's take a couple breaths here, taking stock of how we're feeling. I know I had a long day today, so just take a little body scan. Maybe you're carrying tension in a particular area, maybe you're favoring one side over another, and just start to find some symmetry here. We're not symmetrical beings, but just start to equalize as best you can throughout your body, feeling a little more centered on the mat. And this hug of the knees into your chest will give you a little stretch in your lower back, which we all need these days. We're going to start with footwork, which is our classic reformer warm-up. This is what you'll start reformer class most of the time with. So, options for hands. Hands come stacked, one on top of the other behind the head. Hands can float by your hips, or hands can come in a triangle shape underneath your sacrum. If your back is feeling a little sensitive, or this is maybe your first time taking Pilates, I would bring the hands underneath the booty, and then medium would be floating at the hips, and then level 3 would be behind the head. I'll mix it up each time so that you see a little bit of everything. So we start with Pilates stance, or toes. Heels together, toes apart. Open your knees the width of your shoulders. Really drop your tail towards the floor. Your head, neck, and shoulders will curl up into your Pilates curl. So creasing at the breastbone, just the tips of the shoulder blades graze the mat. From here, as you inhale, frog your legs out to a high diagonal. Lower is more challenging. So if you're feeling a little bit in your back, lift your legs up. Exhale, you bring it back in. Inhale, stretch the legs long, hold, find length, pull the back of your neck long, pull the legs long, and then exhale, bring it in. 3 more times. Inhale, stretch, hit the same target each time. Exhale, bring it in. You have 2 more for precision. And in. Last time, inhale, exhale, in. Now we go 5 for flow, a little faster. We come out and in. A little more unruly. So zip up through your center. Don't move your abdominals. 2 more. Last time. Lower your head down. Rock your head side to side. So when you move the legs a little faster, everything becomes a little more unruly to control. Think of that Pilates block from your hips to your breastbone as a cement block. Nothing shifts side to side, forward, back, and the head doesn't bob. That's where you find that stability and control. From here, we move on to arches. Zip your legs together as if they were one leg. Long tops of the feet, so we'll point the toes. Get those knees and ankles zipped together. It's easy to kind of open the knees here and cheat. Keep that zipped together feeling. Activate the inner leg. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Arm position of choice. And we go 5 for precision. Slide the legs out. And then bend, bring it back in. Can you keep the legs at the same height the whole time? So as if you're pressing against a wall and then you drag back in. Create your own resistance. Like you're fighting through some peanut butter, some mayonnaise, whatever thick condiment you like. I love peanut butter. 2 more times. Last time, inhale, draw the waist down. Exhale, zip everything in and up, bring it in. Now we go 5 for flow. Out and in. Out and in. Inhale, out, exhale, in. Just 2 more times. Last time. And lower on down. Final one is heels. Same position, legs zip together as if they're one leg. Flex your feet. From here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Ankles and knees stay together. We go 10 for flow this time. Out and in 10. 9. 8. No shifting. As the legs reach out, your waist dives down. 3 more. Keep the collarbones wide. Last time. Lower, down, rock your head side to side. We're done with our footwork. Next is tendon stretch. So from here, same thing. Hands can be under the booty, floating by your hips or behind your head. Legs are going to come straight up to the ceiling. From here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Flex your feet. Roll through and point your feet. Flex your feet. Roll through and point your feet. Flex your feet. Little roll-ups for your feet. Take your time. Each bone of the foot activates. 2 more times. Slowly roll through the foot. Toes are the last thing to engage. Last time. Head lowers down. Legs lower down. 1 more rock of the head side to side. And from here we move right into our 100. Everyone release your hands. Now we're really going to imagine we're on our reformer. You would be lying on a carriage, which is basically a mat on a pulley system. And you would have your arm handles in your hands to do the 100. So imagine you're holding on to some wooden handles. Your triceps come down to the mat. Hug your elbows by your side body. As you hug the elbows in, feel your collarbones get wider. Feel the shoulder blades glide down the back. From here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and straighten your arms. Float them by your hips. Legs will come up to the ceiling. Now pump your arms up and down for inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Find a little resistance in the arms. You're holding straps. You have resistance pulling you. Create that resistance. Keep lengthening your knuckles long. Squeeze under the armpit to pump your arms. Keep lengthening through the legs. And keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Little challenge, optional. Inhale, lower your legs a little bit. Exhale, lift them up. Inhale, maybe they lower a little more. Exhale, lift up. 3 more. And lift. Try not to bob the head. 2 more. And lift. Last time. And lift. Lower down. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows. Give everything a hug. 1 hand on top of each knee. Circle your knees away from each other. Give yourself a stir in the hip joint. And then right away, take it around the other way. Either rock yourself up to seated or come to lie down on one side and press yourself up to seated. It's time for our rowing series. It's a series of roll-ups that you do on the apparatus that have a little bit of an upper body twist, a little coordination addition. So from here, legs will be long in front of you. Once again, flex your feet, ankles, knees together. If I'm yawning, I had a long day, but I'm feeling a little more awake now. Hopefully that'll be the last yawn. From here, stack up nice and long and tall on your sits bones. So feeling the ring of your ribs, pelvis, and crown of the head lining up as concentric circles. So it's easy here to want to pop the booty, pop the chest, or slouch away from the legs. Think of stacking those circles up and thinking of a feeling of growing infinitely taller through the crown of the head. From here, imagining that we have those straps in our hands, you take your hands into fists, knuckles together, elbows are wide. From here, bone by bone, we lower down to the mat. Slip the tail underneath you. Just bring the lower back to the mat, reaching the legs long in opposition. Keep rolling down, middle of the back taps, and then all the way down, head. We come back the other way. Head, peel through your Pilates curl, come all the way up to tall. That's the articulation we need to help us get up and down and to really access that spinal flexion and that stability through our abs. All right, from here, we're going to take it to the next level. Roll down halfway. So lower back's gonna reach towards the floor. How low can you go? Maybe you're just here. Maybe you're all the way down to your Pilates curl. Up to you. Find your edge today. From here, you're going to hold for 3, 2, this time on 1, all the way back up to tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll back. Find that halfway point. Lift the ribs from the hips. Dive the waist back into that space. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Dive the waist back to stack all the way up to tall. From here, we find that halfway point again. Maybe we take it a little lower. How low can you go? From here, keep your scoop. Open the arms out to the sides and close. Holy moly. Open and close. 2 more times. Last time. Come all the way up to tall. All right, we add on the final part of our rowing. On your next exhale, slip the tail underneath you. We take that same motion, we press the arms back and hold. This time, keep pressing the arms back, roll all the way up to tall. Dive forward, clasp your hands. Stretch your arms behind you, drop your head, take a little chest stretch. Now keep your round back, release your hands. Fingers reach towards your toes. Inhale. Exhale, we stack all the way up to tall to our fist bump position. That was wild. You've got 2 more times to work out the choreography. Here we go. Take an inhale. Exhale, round back, bone by bone, halfway. Keep your scoop. Press the arms behind you as you round forward. Dive, heavy head, clasp the hands. Stretch the arms behind you, chest stretch. Keep lifting your ribs away from your hips. Release your hands. Reach for your toes. Dive your waist back. Stack all the way up. You have 1 more time. We slip the tail under us, round back. Release, open the arms, press back, push through resistance. Dive forward, chest stretch. Release. And come all the way up to tall. Bring your hands down, shake it out. That was fun. Well, I shouldn't put words in your mouth. I thought it was fun. All right, moving on. Coming to lie down on our backs for one final exercise. If that wasn't coordination based enough, here's an exercise called coordination. Hug your knees into your chest. Similar to what we did for the 100, imagine you have those straps in your hands. Bend at the elbows, knuckles up to the ceiling. Triceps down on the mat, little L's with the hands. Shining fingers. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Keep your head, neck, and shoulders up. Press your arms down to the mat. Stretch your legs out and hold. Now open your legs. Close your legs. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows. Don't come out of your curl. We take it again. Press the arms down. Reach the legs long. Open. Squeeze the inner thighs in. Bend the knees in with control. Bend the elbows. Curl up higher. 2 more. Out. Open, close. In. Curl up higher. Last time. Out. Open, close. In and up. Hug your knees into your chest. Rest your head. We love Pilates. I'm already sweating. From here, we're going to transition to our abdominal line position for our extension series. This would be our long box series on the reformer. We don't have a reformer, we don't have a long box, but we have a mat, and it's going to be awesome even without all the fancy stuff. So for our extension series, we're going to start with a little swan prep so that we understand where our body needs to be in space. If you're feeling a little sensitive in the lower back, or this is your first time taking Pilates, legs will open the width of your mat. The more narrow the legs come, the more challenging these extension exercises can be, and the little more tension you'll feel on your lower back. So I always recommend start wide, and then start to find your edge as we move, narrowing the legs in. Find where you are today. Hands are going to stack. You're going to bring your forehead to your hands. From here, before we start floating appendages up off the mat, I want you to imagine you have a tack underneath your navel, and you have to lift it away to not get pricked. So just lift your abs up towards your back body. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then just release that. Take that again. Just lift your abs up away from the mat. Try and create space in the waist. And release. We add on. This time as you lift your abs up, can you heavy your pelvis towards the floor? Your pubic bone and your 2 hip points are a triangle. They press equally into the mat. And then just release that. Take an inhale. Exhale, as you lift your abs up, can that initiate the pelvis coming down? The navel doesn't just lift up towards the spine, it's lifting up towards your head. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. Your glutes will fire on. You will squeeze your booty a little bit here to find that position. But what we don't want is the glutes to be the prime mover. So if you're white knuckling your booty and squeezing it so hard to find that position, release it a little bit. Try to get that initiation and that stability from the lift of your navel up off of the mat. So just shifting that prime mover responsibility a little more to the abs. Let's add on for our swan. Forehead comes to the hands. You'll take an inhale to prep. Exhale, you lift the abs, heavy the pelvis. Head, hands, and heart lift up to a hover. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down with control. 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up and hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Last time. Exhale, lift up with the upper back. Can you reach longer through your sternum? Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then lengthen to lower down. From here, make fists with your hands. Punch the mat underneath your shoulders. Hug the elbows towards your side body. We move into our reformer exercise, pulling straps. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, lift up into your swan and hold. Roll your shoulders open. Keep lifting with your abs and upper back. How long can you reach in this exercise? Think longer and less up. From here, your knuckles will slide back. Reach the arms long behind you. Pull up with the triceps. Roll the shoulders open. Hold. Now bending at the elbows. Try and bring yourself back to start without too much shifting. 3 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale. Reach back and hold. Feel your triceps fire on. Lift up, up, up. And bend, bring it back in. 2 more times. Pull your straps backwards. Can the arms hang closer, draw closer together? And then bend, bring it back in. 1 more time. We reach back. Hold. Pulses up to the ceiling. Up, up, up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend at the elbows, bring it back in. And lower down, bringing one cheek to the mat. I don't really get much of a break because of this hat. It's in my way. All right. That was our pulling straps. Time for T-press. Love some alliteration. Time for T-press. It's exactly what you think it is. Arms come out to your T-press, your T-pose. You lift up into your swan with your arms wide. Pull the shoulder blades away from the center line. Now reach the pinkies towards your hips. Squeeze to the center. And bring it back up to start. Inhale, reach your knuckles long away from each other as the arms come back. And press. 2 more times. Stay up in that position. And out. Last time. And out. Lower down. Press yourself back, hips to heels. Find a child's pose. Booty rests towards your heels. You can open your legs for more of an inner thigh stretch, or you can zip the legs together for more of a release in the lower back. I find it depends on the day. For me, it's good to do a little bit of both. 1 more breath here, and then we'll move into that position once again, working on the lower body. So returning back to your prone position, lying on your abdominals, hands will stack, bring your forehead to your hands. We work on hamstrings. I love this exercise on the reformer, but it is a doozy. And it's a doozy on the mat too. Super spicy, super fun. Have a little laugh when you do it. So from here, you're going to zip your legs together. Rest your head in your hands. And then bend your knees. You have options here. You can try to keep the knees more narrow, or you can open them the width of your hips. From here, keeping the head down, you're just going to lift the legs straight up to the ceiling, trying to get the thighs to hover. And then lower down. You lift, navel lifts, pelvis heavies, the backs of your thighs reach to the ceiling, and lower down. 2 more times. Lift. And lower. This time lift up and hold. Little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. We add on. I know. We lift the thighs up to a hover. Keep the ankles glued together. Straighten the legs behind you. Try to keep the thighs hovering. And then bend, bring it back in. Reach the thighs long. And bend, bring it back in. Just 2 more. And in. Last time. And in. Lower the legs down. Straighten your legs behind you. And bring your right face cheek to the mat. Stack your hands one on top of the other behind your back and heavy the elbows down by your side. We end here with double leg kicks. Little bit of everything, little bit of flow. With the legs together, kick your heels towards your booty 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Press the legs down, interlock the thumbs, lift up, find your extension. Lift the arms up, lift your head up. Be dramatic. Lower down. Kick 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Press up and hold. Let's flow. Lower down. We kick 3, 2, 1. Press up for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Kick. Press up. Last time. And up. For 3, 2, hold. Lift the legs up. Reach the arms in front of you. Give me some shining fingers. Go for a little shiny finger swim for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Press yourself back. One more child's pose. Oh, shining finger. I love shining finger. It's like my favorite thing ever. These hands of mine are burning red. I own the whole thing. It's my favorite thing ever. All right. Shake it out. From here, we're going to come back on our backs. It's time for our reformer-inspired ab series. So the ab series is technically, classically not part of the reformer system, but there's a lot of really creative ways instructors incorporate the series of 5 into the reformer experience. And so I'm going to do a bit of an interpretation, a bit of a collage of different reformer exercises that will kind of stand in for our series of 5. I should put my hat back on. Welcome back, friend. All right. Starting with our single leg stretch. We're going to keep that classic to start just so we can get our bearings on our back once again. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up into your Pilates curl and hold. Now check. Is your tail lifting up off of the mat? If so, draw it down. It's okay if the knees stretch a little away from you. It's more important that that tail stays long. From here, hands come to your right leg, extend your left leg long and hold. From here, just switch your arms and switch your legs. And switch, and switch, and switch. Think of a zipper from your pubic bone to the bottom of your breastbone. And to bring the leg in, you zip up through that zipper to bring the leg in. You have 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in, lower down, rock your head side to side. So thinking about that cement block, our Pilates box being our cement block, doesn't matter if we're floating all of our extremities up off the mat, we're looking for that stability through the abdominals, the stability through the pelvis, and that nice quiet upper body. So thinking about that as we move through. Double leg stretch. Backstroke, another one of my favorites. Gonna do the backstroke variation. A little more coordination choreography, should be fun. From here, take your hands, bring them to a salute position by your forehead so you look like you have fingers for eyebrows. Knees stay into your chest. You curl your head, neck, and shoulders up into your Pilates curl and hold. Here's your choreography. Arms and legs lift up to the ceiling. You open them the width of the mat. Circle them down and around. Zip the legs together. Palms come to the thighs. Reach and hold for 3, 2, 1. And then bend in and hold. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Open, circle down and around. Reach. And bend it in. Last time, up. Open, circle down and around. Reach. And bring it in. Lower, down. Rock yourself side to side. And I'll be back in 1 second. All right, we're back in action. I had a little technical difficulty. You get a little extra break. All right. We'll make up for the lost time soon enough. All right, we were lying down. We did our backstroke. It's time for our lower lift. So same thing with lower lift. We really want to make sure that pelvis stays stable. It's really easy to dump into the lower back and put the load of the legs into your lower back. We don't want to do that. Really find that center. Think of that zip up feeling towards your crown of your head. So from here, we lower back down. Hands can stack behind your head or come underneath your sacrum. From here, legs come up to the ceiling. You curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Leg circles. Open your legs, circle them down and around till they meet, and then lift them up to the ceiling. Open, circle down and around, and lift up. Now control over range of motion. It's more important that you find that stability through your center than making a big shape with the legs. One more here, and now we reverse. You lower down, open around, lift up. Keep the legs zipped together as you lower, circle around, lift up. 2 more times. Lengthen the legs as you lower. Keep that infinite length as you lift up to the ceiling. 1 more time. Circle down and around and lift. Lower down. Whew, I'm regretting not putting my fan on. From here, crisscross. Get those obliques firing on the side body. We'll add a little leg choreography here because coordination is such a big part of the reformer. You curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. If you don't have your hands behind your head, meet us here. From here, bring your right armpit to your left knee and hold. Stay in this twist, lower that long leg, lift it up, and switch. Keep your hold, lower and lift the leg. And twist, isometric hold, fire on that side body, and switch, lower. 2 more. Last time. And hug it in. Let's take a little supine twist. Extend the left leg long. Take the right leg across the body. And just breathe into your twist here. Come back through center. Switch legs. Switch your twist. It's more important that the shoulder stays down on the mat. Less important that the knee touches the floor. So think about grounding through the shoulders. You're really going to get that nice twist through the middle of your back. Really nourishing that thoracic spine. Come back through center. Either rock yourself up to seated or take a roll up to sit. And we start our short box series. So we did our long box. All you would do on the reformer is flip it so that it looked shorter. How simple, right? I love the short box series. I think it's a really good test to see how mobile your spine is. And it's a really great place to experiment with all of the planes of motion for your spine. So let's get started. Your legs are going to be inner hip width distance apart. So finding your bony landmarks of your hips, following that line down, that is your position. That's where your legs should be. Little bend at the knees is fine here. Flexing the feet is a must. Feel your heels into the floor and feel yourself lifting up off of your sits bones. We're never sinking towards the mat in Pilates. There's never a heaviness towards the floor. Always feel light on the mat, as if you could just float up to the ceiling. So finding that stack of the hips, ribs, and crown of the head, nice and long and tall. We start with our round back. This will look similar to our rowing that we did at the beginning of class. You embrace your waist with your hands. And from here, slip the tail under you a little, lift the ribs from the hips, and find a little bit of that round back through the middle of your back. So the shoulders aren't slouching. Keep the shoulders wide. The scoop comes from your center. The roundness is in the middle of your back. Drawing your abs away from your forearms, slip the tail underneath you, roll all the way down to the mat. Option to bring the arms behind you, open up. Hands come back to the waist. Keep drawing the waist away from your arms. Roll all the way up like you're coming under a low ceiling. 2 more times. Slip the tail under, round all the way back. If you want, find that little arm extension. And then bring it back all the way up. Nice round shape. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep reaching along through the legs as you come down bone by bone. And all the way back up, peeling up off the mat like a sticker. Stack yourself all the way up to tall. We go for our straight back. 2 options for the hands. Level 1, you could say. Hands cross in front of your shoulders. Little more advanced, hands come behind your head. It's easy to lose that length and that stack in this position. Keep lifting away from the floor. Ribs lift away from the hips. Neck grows longer to the ceiling. This infinite lightness and lift to the ceiling. This comes in handy right now as we take our hinge back. Flat back hinges back towards the floor, and you come all the way up in one piece. Heavy your head into your hands. Come back, and then stack all the way up to tall. You have 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen back, grow longer. And stack up. Last time, pull the back of your neck long, lengthen. And stack all the way up to tall. Shake it out. Option here to keep the legs long or to cross the legs in front of you for our side to side and twist. Everyone will meet with the hands stacked behind their head. Same thing, finding that stack of the hips, ribs, and crown of the head. From here, take an inhale, lift the unit of your ribs from your hips. Exhale, tip at the waist to the right. Come all the way up to tall, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep your hips square to the front of your mat and wring out your waist like a towel. Come all the way back through center, take an inhale. Exhale, we lift up and over to the left. So we're arcing to the side. Stack up to tall. On your next exhale, you twist to your left. Keep your chin parallel to the floor and lift taller to deepen your twist. Come back through center 1 more time on each side. You arc up and over, lift those bottom ribs up to the ceiling. Stack up and hold, and then twist to your right. Pull the back of your neck long and tall. 1 more time, we lift up to dive to the left. Stack all the way up to tall. Big inhale, exhale, twist. Come all the way back through center. Shake it out. We return the legs long if they were crossed. And now we add all of that together with some shining finger. Because this is a Gundam class, right? Stack your hands behind your head. We go for twist and reach with shining finger. That's not an actual Pilates exercise, but it's a CosPilates exercise. You're going to twist to the right. In your twist, find a little hinge and hold. Take your right arm out. Maybe you tap the mat. Bring it back behind your head. Come up in your twist and center. That's spicy. Twist to the left. Pull the back of your neck long, hinge. Shining finger taps the mat. Come all the way up. Stack up to seated and center. 1 more time each side. Twist, hinge back. Shining finger taps. Hold in your twist, come all the way up. And center 1 more time, twist. And hinge, nice long flat back, hold. Keep your hips square. Come all the way up. And center, fold over your legs. Shake it out. It's time for tree. Get a little bit of a stretch here. Hands come underneath your right leg. Keep your left leg long. Chest reaches towards your thigh. From here, stretch the leg straight and bend it in. We lengthen and bend. This time we lengthen and hold. Walk your hands up your leg wherever it goes. And then forehead towards your knee. Find that round back. Keep the shoulders wide, so no shrugging and slouching in the shoulders. Dive that waist back. From here, pitch your shape back. We're aiming to get this leg as tree-like as possible up to the ceiling. Now from here, one hand, then the other, round down, climb down your tree. And then come all the way up your tree. Come down your tree. And all the way up your tree. One more time, down the tree we come. Down the Gundam tree. And come all the way up. Roll your shoulders open. Pitch your shape forward. Find a flat back and a stretch. I don't care if your leg's all bent or it's to your face. Find your stretch today. Release your leg, shake it out, we take it to the other side. I think the Canadian Gundam is a lumberjack, which is like, okay, guess we're doing that. From here, straighten that leg and bend. And straighten and bend. Last time, extend, hold. Walk your hands up your leg and find that round shape, pitch it back. Think about this long leg on the mat. Don't let it just hang out there like a decoration. Can you lengthen that leg long? Can you press it down into the mat for more stability? Now slowly walk down your leg or climb down your tree, whatever fantasy you're into, and climb up. Walk, climb, insert verb here, and come all the way up. Last time. And come all the way up. Roll your shoulders open, straighten your back, pitch your shape forward, hold. Present your tree, your shining leg, with some shining fingers, and then lower down, shake it out. All right. Time for side sit-ups. My favorite part of the short box series. Fire on those obliques. If you don't like side planks, you're either gonna prefer these or you're gonna hate them more than side planks. Let me know in the comments. We're gonna start from a kneeling position. Your right leg is gonna kick out into what I call the action hero pose. That is not the scientific term for it, but it reminds me of being in an anime and being super cool. So you're gonna find your action hero pose. Right leg comes out. Knife edge side of your foot is parallel to the edge of your mat. And you want to press your hips forward. It's easy to want to pop the booty and be a little more a diagonal line. Think of drawing the pelvis forward, finding the stack of those hips. Under the ribs, ribs under the crown of the head. This whole stack thing keeps coming back. Your hands will come behind your head. From here, it's like our side to side, but a little lamped up. You're going to lift up on your inhale. Exhale, side bend away from your leg. Keep both legs down and you're sandwiched between two panes of glass. So try to stay square to that side of your mat. Come all the way up to tall. Just 2 more times. Side sit up. And all the way up. Last time here. And all the way up to tall. From here, just bend your leg in and we switch sides. So finding that press of the right shin, that press of the left foot, that length through your back, that's what's going to be your stability. It's that opposition, that push and pull. That's what helps you really refine the control through your abdominals as you flow through the exercise. Poetry in motion. Take an inhale. Exhale, side bend. Keep yourself square. And come all the way up. Take an inhale. Exhale. Find your edge today. And come all the way up. Last time. And all the way up to tall. Bend your leg in. Shake it out. Almost done. Our front support series mixed with some knee stretches. And then we're done for the day. All right. From here, in our quadruped position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Your navel is the number 5 on a dice. So if your hands and knees are the number 4, your navel's number 5. It's easy to kind of shift forward and back in this position. We want to find that central point of the navel, and that's really going to force you to fire your abs on, because you're just going to start to sink towards the floor if we don't engage the front body. Moving into our long stretch series. From here, just going to walk forward to get a little more space. You're going to stretch your right leg behind you, keeping your hips square to the mat. Bring your left leg to meet you into your front support or plank position. For our long stretch, from here, just slide your spine forward and slide your spine back. Slide your spine forward and slide your spine back. 3 more times. Hips don't move. Squeeze a lemon under the armpit to move. Last time. From here, lower your knees down for a moment. Quick press back into child's pose. From here, roll your shoulders open. Come through and find an up dog position. So you're going to lift your knees up off the mat, open your shoulders, find an up dog position, and hold. From here, tuck your toes. And then press your hips back into a down dog position. Heavy your heels towards the mat. Now lift your heels, round through your spine, bone by bone like a wave, all the way through to your up dog. Press your hips back. Down dog. Heels lift, ripple through your spine. It's hard to do in this hat. Oh, I lost it. And then all the way back. Lift your abs away. Press away from the floor. And then roll through. Back to your up dog. From here, bend your knees. Press yourself back to your quadruped. We move into knee stretches. These are a doozy on the reformer. They are hard on the mat, but they are easy compared to knee stretches on the reformer. I don't know anyone that likes knee stretches. If you do, let me know. Because I want to talk to you. I have questions. So from here, stacking into your quadruped position. Without moving your spine, keeping it nice and long, can you lift your knees up off of the mat? Hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Thigh bones suck into your hips. Lift up, hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. One more time. Lift up and hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. We add on. We did our flat back. Now we do our round back. Find a cat back here with the spine. Pressing the floor away, drawing the pelvis towards your face, lifting the waist away in opposition. In this position, lift the knees up, hold 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up and hold 3, 2, 1, and lower down. One more time, lift up and hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Return to your flat back. we combine the two. Knee stretch crunch. Float your knees up. They're going to stay there. Be ready. Knees float up. Keep them there, cat back. Keep them there, flat back. And then lower your knees. Just 2 more times. Lift the knees to hover. Cat back. Flat back. Lower down. Last time, lift up. Cat back. Flat back, hold. Press yourself up, find a down dog. Separate your legs. Pedal them out. Take a couple of ballistic bounces. And then from here, walk your feet to your hands. Zip up through your center to create space for your legs to walk towards your feet. From here, hang out in your forward fold. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. And then slowly roll up to tall, bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. When you reach the top, shoulders come back. And you're ready for the rest of your Thursday evening. Good job.